Welcome back, everybody. It's so great to see you again. I hope you've been staying well, keeping safe. And now it's time, once again, for the weekly wrap up of the most exciting fantasy football league that you've never heard of, the I Love Loche Fantasy Football League. And I am here today to bring you the highlights, the lowlights, the champs, the chumps, the ups and downs, the trash talk, everything you know, love, and crave about our league. So let's get it popping with the highlights from my matchup this last week. And I was going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed fantasy football champion of last year and 2 years ago, the one and only Sean Walker, aka Severe Pounding. And I have bad memories against you, bro. I got the zero point 0.3. I got the semifinal a couple years ago where Todd Gurley went running wild with touchdowns. And I played you pretty good this week, man. I felt pretty good about my team. And then it happened. The hashtag let Russ cook went on Twitter, the talk of social media all off season. And yeah, okay, Russ can cook. I know he can. I drafted him last year. And what happened last 4 weeks? He stopped cooking. You know what happens? Week one, he turned into a master chef. Are you kidding me? Just lights it up with touchdowns, long bombs, two touchdown passes to a running back that never catches the ball. 2020, people. Russ cooks and he flambés me for 34 points. That hurt. Noah Fant on Monday night against my Titans defense. That hurt. But I think the thing that hurt the most from my loss, yeah, I lost, but that's okay. We're moving on. From my loss this week is Benny Snell. I saw that Miles Sanders was out, and you have Miles Sanders, and I was going, okay, great. You know, easy victory for me. Who you replace him with? There's nothing, not a zip on our waiver wire that I can compare. So you go and get Benny Snell. I'm like, all right, that's fine. James Conner's going to dominate touches. Snell will get spelled for a couple. You'll put up like 2 points. They'll be fine. Then Conner gets hurt, and Snell goes 113 yards. Snell, no. Not cool, bro. Not cool. So, unfortunately, my quest for undefeated 1972-esque fantasy football glory goes down crashing in flames this year, and I lose by 14, 15 points. I don't know. But anyways, you won. You won. Congratulations. And moving on to the other highlights. The other scoreboard of our league for the week one matchups. And I'm just going to do, we do a half point PPR scoring, so it is decimals, but I'm just going to ignore the decimals. They don't matter, okay? We're moving on. It's just easier for me, and I'm the commish, so my way, that's the way. Raider Heaven defeats Team Grooves by 118 to 80. Team King loses to Flashdom, the semifinalists last year, 87 to 74. Dan Snyder's I can't say it, it's a family show, folks. So we're going to substitute. Use your imagination and your creativity. Dan Snyder is my witch. Takes down the Buffalo Bandits, 144 to 19 to score. Mahomes Depot edges over got some bad juju, 195. Team BD escapes with the win over PC Blue, 104 to 101. And Team Klein starts off the campaign 1-0 with a 101 victory over Stafford Infections that puts up 90 points. So there are your recaps for week one in the most exciting fantasy football league you've never heard of, the I Love the Loche Fantasy Football League. And now, I did the champs and chumps last year. I don't have the props with me. Okay, it is what it is. So we're gonna flip the script, okay? We're gonna do the thumbs up and thumbs down instead for the weekly performances for the team. So here we go. And of course, it's apropos that last year's multiple champ of the week, the champ of the season, weekly season, of course, if you will. The Dan Snyder's my witch. Patrick Smoke gets off to a roaring start. Puts up the most points this week, 144 points, thanks large in part to three players. Starting with Devonte Adams. Devonte, I'm gonna start calling him Devonte all day Adams because that's what Rodgers did. Rodgers just threw all day to him. Seam routes, deep cuts, crossing, doesn't matter. Ball just magnetic in his hands. Catch point. Multiple TDs. Nothing new. Puts up 34 points. Just and with Michael Thomas going down, I think Devonte Adams is a hot take here, folks. Is going to be the number one fantasy football wide receiver this year. You heard me. Also, Big Ben back in action on Patty's team. Looking good Monday night. Passes to Washington. Johnson looked good. Double dips to Juju. Where have we heard that before? For pay dirt, that's twice as nice. Big Ben gets about 22 points. Adds to the total. Pass to the stats. And then Chris Carson in the game that I couldn't believe. Russ throws at him not once but twice. Throws, gets the touchdowns. Chris Carson catching touchdown passes, people. Welcome to 2020, where nothing makes sense. But what did make sense is that he got another 22 points for Dan Snyder is my witch fantasy football team. They got the most points this week, and they get the thumbs up for the week. Good job. And now, from the high to the low, the thumbs down. And this thumbs down comes directly for Team King. Team King, should change your name to Team Joker, basically, man. I mean, it didn't put up 74 points, lowest point total of the week. Didn't help that Michael Thomas got injured, but he wasn't really doing anything before that, right? It was Kamara primarily for the touchdowns for the Saints, although they did have that pick six against TB12. But Thomas wasn't the guy in week one that he was last year in week one, and now he's gonna be out a couple weeks. That's gonna hurt you, bro. But you might have to make some trades, so you know what to do. Ask around the league, and you can ask me. Maybe we can work a little something together. Carson Wentz, the QB, 13 points. Washington's got a nasty front seven, people. And I mean, at times, Wentz was crushed like a grape. Nothing he could do. Couldn't hit. Did not timing to get those deep passes to Deshaun Jackson. Sanders out, hurt him. So dragged you down this week. And then the Vikings D. OMG. -9 points. Folks, if the Vikings D in week one were a cell phone company, they would have the worst coverage across the nation. Everybody was open. Marquez Valdez-Scantling could have had multiple touchdowns. He got one. Devontae Adams, already talked about him. Can't stop Aaron Jones. Can't stop Jamal Williams. Couldn't stop anybody. So that cost you, bro. And you started off week one with only 74 points, and that's why you get the thumbs down this week. And now it's time to talk some trash. And this is the part of the weekly wrap up where I verbally decimate the hapless victim that is going to be my opponent in the upcoming week for fantasy football. So who do I got this week? Okay. Well, it's the best man at my wedding. It's you, Cliffy. It's the Buffalo Bandits going up against my juggernaut of a squad. And yes, I know, you have a good team. I'm projected to lose by 10 points, actually, but you know what? It doesn't matter what the projection says because my guys will show up and show out week 2. Okay? CEH, the MVP this year of fantasy football. Book it. J.K. Dobbins. He's starting on my team this week, and even though he's an Ohio State product, and we all know how I feel about the Buckeyes, he is going to be a star. And he got 2 goal line touchdowns last week. They're gonna feed him the ball in the end zone. They're gonna run all over Houston, and Dobbins is gonna put up points for my team. And I know you have Zeke Elliott. I know that Atlanta's D can't stop a lot. But you know what's the counter to that? Let's return to an old-fashioned shootout. And let's have Matty Ice, Matt Ryan, throwing darts all day to my wide receiver 2, Calvin Ridley, the fantasy stud. He's so hot that he's gotta wear shades. He shines so bright that he's got to, whatever euphemism, whatever cliche you want, he is that damn good at football. And he is going to put up major pointage for my team this week. So, in closing, it's on like Donkey Kong. Let's do it. Let's rock. And see who busts out the machine gun in victory this week. And that'll do it, folks. Thank you very much for joining me in the first weekly wrap up for the 2020 fantasy football season for the most exciting league that you've never heard of, the I Love the Loche Fantasy Football League. And I hope to be back with you same time, same channel, same day next week, bringing you the recap of week 2 from our league. Until then, enjoy Thursday night football, Sunday night football, all the games on Sunday, Monday night football. Take care of yourself and keep the flags off the field.